Salutations and felicitations, and welcome to What Do You Think of This, the sanctioned auditory forum for cultural reflection and nostalgic analysis. We revisit the best things from our past to decide whether they deserve a place in our harmonious future. Oh. Mellow greetings, co-host Escobar.
Greetings.
How are you on this esteemed day?
Good.
What we're talking about Demolition Man today, guys.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Judge Dredd.
Wait, is it like that? Yeah, no. Yeah, ha, 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 ha.
I love the twist of our intro. I hope you guys like that too.
This is one of those movies, and we'll get into it obviously today, that I wish I remembered more from because it's so fun to quote. It
is so fun to quote, and I couldn't believe how much fun it was to watch something that is only 7 years 7 years away from our future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is what it's going to be like. It's a little glimpse into the future. So we'll talk about that in a second. I have two things I was going to bring up for you just at the start of today. One, nothing to do with the podcast. In our house, we started rewatching Community.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
It's like,
hilarious.
There's a couple things I've tried to go back and watch with the kids and TV shows for like varying levels of success in our house.
Does it hold up?
It is so funny. It's just like, because we also started watching, and I won't even say, but a couple other things, and it like takes some time warming up. This was like out of the gate funny. And what I was going to say is my littlest, there's a whole episode about how Troy sneezes very feminine.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, Pierce teaches him how to sneeze, and then at the very end, he's like, yeah. Clark has started sneezing like that.
That's
he
hilarious.
thinks it's the funniest thing. It is the funniest thing. He just winds up like out of nowhere. He never used to sneeze like this, and then he'll be in the other room or with us, and all of a sudden he's like, Achah! Like intensely with his mouth open. Like it's very funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you're looking for something to rewatch, I highly recommend rewatching
Community.
That. Yeah, we're in season. We haven't gotten to paintball yet.
How old is it now?
Well, must be 15 years old, something like that.
Crazy. Wow.
It was a while ago.
Time flies.
Yeah. Some references maybe don't seem as appropriate, like what we watched today. Like that's not so great.
Yeah, I know.
And the other thing,
it was so much fun to rewatch this in the context of today. Like things wouldn't fly, things kind of would fly. Anyway, we'll get into it. But like, there's questions I have of like, what would this look like? Who would this be today?
You mean if they refilmed it?
Well, no, like in the context of like, the political realm of our world today, who would be the ones to push this? Because it was very ambiguous to me. It felt like it was jabbing at, both sides of the political aisle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's things that like, oh yeah, I could see some people wanting that. Oh, but I could also see some people wanting that too. Like,
yeah.
It was really good at just being like, this is all of it that's ridiculous.
Yep.
And I'm like, I really enjoyed it for that.
This is where we're headed as a society. But yeah, and then obviously a big plot element of this is Cryo-Sleep, which I guess it was a bigger thing in the 90s.
I think that's probably what they thought would be achievable 36 years after 1996.
Not 36 years, 3 years. We'll get into it, but what I was going to say...
But in the movie context, these people were from they were in 1993.
Yeah, but he froze him in 96.
Oh, sorry. The movie came out in 93. Maybe we should like line this movie up a little bit here.
Well, here's what I was going to tell you. This has nothing to do with that other than sleep. If we talked about sleep on this podcast, this is like adjacent to old man injuries, but I was just going to tell you, I have to tell this to somebody because it was so insane.
What?
So yesterday in the real world, I did not sleep well. So I was getting the podcast episode out the night before and video was exporting and I'm waiting. So I fall asleep. And then I get up, and normally if I fall asleep and I wake up and it's like late, like 12:30, 1 a.m., something, I should be in bed, I would go to bed. But then I realized, I got to make sure the video is published. So I'm still awake.
Okay. Yeah.
So by that point, you go to bed and it's already super late and I'm tired and then I can't sleep. And my kids, I had to take them to a preschool, like a club meeting before school yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I have to get up extra early to take them. So then, of course, I'm not sleeping. And I'm rolling over. I'm waking up. I was up laying in bed for however long, And then I finally like kind of fall asleep and I'm in and out. And I hear Amanda kind of getting up, whatever. And I know at a certain time whatever it was, I had to get up. I feel like I should probably be up by now. So I open my eyes. It's still a little dark, not abnormal. And I look at my watch and it says 8:05. And I'm like, oh no. And I get out of bed and I run to Lucy's room, like groggily, and it's still dark in there. And it's dark outside and Amanda's there. She's turning the light on. And I'm like, what is going on? What time is it? I thought it was 8:05 and I was late. And Lucy's like, well, no, it's 8:05. We just got back from the baseball game, from Justice baseball game. It's 8:05 p.m. And I'm like, 8:05 p.m. And I was so freaked out and so tired. And then I was like, I get to sleep. I get to go back to sleep. And I was so thrilled. So I go back to my bed.
Oh my God.
And I lay down and then I wake up. It was a dream. And now I wake up 10 minutes before my alarm and I'm still exhausted, but I actually have to wake up.
Oh my.
It was the roller coaster of me like being so tired and then so happy and then so sad.
So are you endorsing Cryo-Sleep?
Yes. Please, somebody freeze me. Gee.
Do you have to be completely naked though?
I don't know. I mean,
in cold freaking water.
Well, yeah, because you don't want your clothes to freeze.
Was it warm water and then the little blue ball that fell into the water freeze it?
He was squirming around quite a bit.
There was steam though. I remember. Or was that cold steam?
We can't avoid talking about this, so we should just hit the intro.
Yeah, let's do it.
Demolition Man is about a cop who gets frozen in time in the past. And then a villain also gets frozen in the past because that's how they trap them. And then the villain escapes in the future, and then they have to release the cop to go catch him.
Yeah, I don't know the technology of the cryo-sleep or how that works.
No, I don't. Yeah.
But like we were saying, yeah, the idea that it existed in 1996.
Yeah. So what I wanted like the audience to understand was this movie was made in 1993.
Yeah.
In the beginning part of the movie takes you to 1996.
Uh-huh.
So in the movie immediately they thought, oh yeah, 3 years from now LA will be a hellscape.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, what happened?
They were like, oh yeah, 3 years from now LA will be just terrible.
And the earthquakes hadn't even happened yet.
Yeah, the big one, the one. And so right off the bat, they're like, not thinking ahead, thinking what they should have pushed it to like maybe, I don't know, 30 years, LA would be a hellscape or something. I don't know. And then from the hellscape to just 36 years later.
Yeah.
Is it 36 or 39?
No, it's not even 30. It's like 20 some odd years. It's 29.
29 years. Only 29 years later, they bring on a Utopia. Where
sort
was
of.
It? San Antonio, LA, and
San Bernardino.
San Bernardino, LA, and
San Diego.
And San Diego all become one.
San Angeles
all become. So that happens in 29 years.
So
they were already kind of a little off in their predictions.
I think it was intentional. Okay, so let me just explain this to our listeners.
Yeah.
If you've not seen Demolition Man yet,
let's run through the synopsis of this.
It stars Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes. And I think I was perfectly positioned to watch this movie in the 90s whenever I saw it, because I was just in junior high or high school, and it's like rated R, so it's edgy.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I'm going to watch an action movie, but it's like satirical action. So you start off and you have Wesley Snipes as being your like mad, insane villain. He's unhinged, and Sylvester Stallone is the only guy who can stop him because he's the Demolition Man, because he just destroys everything. He is also unhinged.
Yeah, he's an unhinged good guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Judge Dredd, taking the law into his hands.
Which Judge Dredd was after this, right?
I believe so.
You look that up. I'm going to inform people. Because I feel like if this is not your genre of movie, but you're like, I want to watch a rated R action
Yeah.
movie, but I don't know if I can handle it, you should start here because I think it's a good place to start.
Yeah, and then watch Judge Dredd. Only took 2 years to make later to make Judge Dredd.
Yeah, it was probably they were filming it while this was coming out.
Oh yeah, probably.
So the whole idea though is, something takes place. They both get frozen because of a huge mix-up.
So Wesley Snipes is actually a really smart villain because in the beginning of the movie, he's going in to capture Simon Phoenix, played by Wesley Snipes, who looks like Dennis Rodman at the time.
and what's his name? Chris Rock in The Fifth Element.
Yeah,
a little bit.
They mashed those two together, right? But so yeah, Simon Phoenix is a bad dude. He's got a bunch of people hostage, is what Sylvester Stallone's character. What's his name?
No, I'll find it. John Spartan.
John Spartan.
I didn't even have to look at my notes. I got it.
Yeah, John Spartan is going in to rescue. He's rescue the
hostage. Well,
the hostages.
He wants to capture him. Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to capture him, and he's like, "Yo, where are the hostages? Where are the hostages?" He's like, "What are you talking about? I don't know where the hostages are around. Let's fight instead." Okay, so they fight. He captures him, and they're like, "Hey, I couldn't find any hostages in this because whatever."
He scanned it. He thermal scanned. It was only the 8 bad guys there. I still don't really know how that whole thing worked.
The place blows up because Simon Phoenix kind of catches everything on fire. It blows
kind
up.
of. Yeah, he poured gallons of gasoline and he lit a cigarette and just flicked it. Which how do you not see that coming?
Yeah, exactly. So it blows up. Hey, the hostages aren't here. You must have them stashed somewhere else. Oh my gosh! Hey, no, we found a bunch of dead bodies in a bus. They're dead. And he's like, "Oh, see, I told him I had him, and he didn't care, and he blew the place up."
He kind of frames him.
He frames him. He's smart. He frames him because he's already got a reputation of going in, shooting first, asking questions later, and it kind of bites him in the butt. And
in the cold toned butt.
Yes. And so he's like, "Hey, man, you're under arrest too. You're gonna pay for this," because basically he framed him, for basically not taking the safety of hostages as a priority. Yeah. Right? And that's the premise of it. So they both get into what is this new cryogenic sleep.
They're like
prison.
the first, to be frozen like this. And that was all the very that's like the intro. And then the credits roll. The credits roll while you're looking at Sylvester Stallone's frozen naked body. Just real slow-mo.
I love how when they freeze him, he's like in one position, and then they show the intro credits, and he's in a completely different position.
Well, it's like a painting of Adam and Eve, just exactly placed so it's just an R and not something worse.
Did you see? It's funny because they have a little bit of a continuity in it where, Simon Phoenix was probably tried and frozen first, and then when they're freezing John Spartan in the background, you see the Wesley Snipes, I guess, a wax figure or something in a block of ice in the background.
One of my kids pointed that out. And so I want to just let you know up front. We were like, the week is going on. And I have a memory of watching this movie as a kid. And not in my house.
Age?
No, it was junior high for sure.
This is one of those where I think my dad let us watch this when I was like, I don't know, 9?
Well, my
10?
kids will be telling that story because no, not all of them. So we go to watch this and I'm like, wait a second, Amanda, can we watch this with the kids? I think this might be rated R. And she looks it up and I'm like, okay, we probably should. So she took the 2 younger guys with her. Okay. And I just had my high schoolers with me.
Okay, that's more reasonable.
Yeah. And so, but then one of them pointed out, there's Phoenix or whatever they saw him.
There's Wesley Snipes,
and this is what
There's Blade,
which they didn't know, but they know from the animated version. But they were perfectly positioned, and I really enjoyed that about watching this to pick out the stuff that stood out to me as a kid, or those little nods that got them all, and that made this better because I thought, well, this seems like it would be up Ephraim's alley. Lucy, I don't know. Like, she's not into action movies. Yeah. And I feel like we were watching this and she was appreciating stuff in it. So what happens is it skips forward to the future and then because of the plot, they get unthawed. But you get these guys from this hellish 1996 deposited into
a Utopia in 2032.
Yeah. And they just get to experience the future, which just as a concept is so great because it's what we all wanted. It's like Back to the Future. It's like I'm time traveling. I get to see what it's going to be like.
Yeah, but the only thing that was kind of And then they kind of talk about it a little. When he wakes up, he's like, "What about my wife? Oh, she died in the big one, the big earthquake." And then like,
her light was extinguished in the big one of 2010.
And my daughter, I made promises to my daughter, and then they never touched the daughter thing again.
Yeah, was that going to be a sequel?
I don't know. Well, he says it in one scene with Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock's in this movie too.
Yeah.
He says, I hope that in this life, she's having a good time. I hope she's whatever good. And Selena Huxley, Sandra Bullock, is like, well, I can break my rules a little bit. I could
Lenina Huxley.
Lenina.
Lady Lenina.
We can like
Rob Schneider is also in this.
Yeah, that's so funny. And we could look her up. And he's like, no, let's leave her alone because I'm not from this world, so I don't want to like bring my stuff into it. Like I thought that was like, man, what would you do as a dad if you could see your daughter that you left behind 29 years ago? Now she's an adult. Like, would you? In the world that they're in,
I feel two ways about this because I'm
so
like,
weird.
What a cop out just to not have to deal with it in the plot, but also,
True.
Yeah, he's pretty terrible. Like, not like his name as the Demolition Man. Like he is an unhinged guy, and Sylvester Stallone is charming as a person. So
yeah,
that's what makes this movie work. But when you think about all the things that he actually did in the course of the movie, it's pretty awful.
Yeah.
So maybe she wouldn't want to meet him.
I mean, he'd want to like give her a big old hug, but they don't touch in this Utopia.
It's so weird.
Okay, so what are the things you feel like they got right about
the future?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I love the idea that everything is so clean.
Okay. So you'd be one of the germaphobes?
Like I'm not necessarily that extreme, but the idea that like these criminals are graffitiing the wall and that's the worst crime that they've had in however long, and they just have like some device that comes out and just sprays it right off, and they're like, it was a real tough day today.
No, it was electricity that takes it off. Because remember,
right. It comes back.
Yeah, it comes back. They show you that it is electricity.
So I like that. I don't know that they got it right, but I do feel like we're getting there. The clothing is ridiculous. Every restaurant in the future has become Taco Bell because they won the franchise wars.
It was so funny. I was trying to explain this to. Okay, so Ezra, we were watching this at night. It was just me and Elizabeth because we were like, the kids aren't going to watch this.
No,
this is crazy.
Too young.
The amount of cussing in this movie is wild, and
which is funny because it's illegal.
Exactly. We had to explain to him because he did see that part of like the franchise wars. So he noticed that Lenina Huxley says spicy foods are illegal.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they mention Taco Bell,
yeah,
Ezra immediately is like, wait a minute. If spicy foods are illegal, then how would Taco Bell be the main restaurant?
No fire sauce. They've adapted.
No fire sauce. But my explanation was, they won the franchise wars, so they get to put their name on every restaurant.
Yeah.
But every restaurant can serve something completely different.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
But every restaurant is still called Taco Bell?
Yeah, so you can go to a McDonald's restaurant, but it's called Taco Bell and get a burger. You know, that's what I think it is.
It's just, instead now the word restaurant has been co-opted and it's now just Taco Bell. Let's go to a Taco Bell.
Okay.
You want Taco Bell? Let's go get some Taco Bell.
Oh, let's dress up. Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
I know which Taco Bell I want to go to. Yeah.
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 Oh no, you're good. You come with your your sweatpants, whatever. We're just going to Taco Bell. Oh, okay. We're going to that Taco Bell.
And everybody in this future is so polite. I love so Wesley Snipes' character, Simon Phoenix, he gets out because of the plot.
You called it, by the way.
What do you mean?
The what's your boggle?
Oh, I know. Yes, exactly. He goes into the museum. Mellow greetings, sir. What seems to be your boggle? My boggle? How much do you weigh? Yeah, and when he first bumps the guy off the phone, the guy that's like all sad about his, like the computer's like, you are a great and generous person or whatever, and he pops him out of there. But everything's so like positive, vibey, and uplifting.
I think they predicted some things of like pretty spot on. Not that we have them today, but I think there are people that would prefer to have some of these things.
Yeah, but it would never work.
It wouldn't. Yeah, of course it would never. But people use AI today or even social media to make themselves feel better. So they're going to like a computer to make themselves feel better. Germs. There's a lot of people out there just like completely germophobic. So
COVID and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. The speech police of today. Like, that's a bad word. You can't
Literally.
literally.
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal morality statute.
Yeah. What's the other thing that I feel like? Yeah, I mean,
Well, the cars, we were talking about Tesla.
The gull wing doors on electric vehicles, self-driving vehicles, not electric. Actually, were they electric?
It sounded like
it. Sounded like it, because remember when Simon Phoenix puts the electrical bar into the car, and he's like, that's pure capacitance gel or whatever that is. And it blows up. So it makes me feel like that whole car is electric. So that's why it blew up.
A lot of this was so ridiculous, but again, it had to be intentional. Obviously, the Taco Bell thing is so dumb. And
but at the time, dude, I loved Taco Bell at the time.
Well, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying they put it in there. It's a joke.
Yeah.
You know, or the idea that he pops out. So
I could go for a burrito.
So Simon Phoenix pops out of Cryo-Sleep, and he's been programmed by the real villain of this movie to like come out and intentionally assassinate somebody. So in Cryo-Sleep, they do this sort of rehabilitation, which is they just insert into you the like particular abilities. And now he's become like the ability to like hack the computer system and speak multiple languages. And by the way, was he really speaking Spanish? Because it sounded like he was trying and then mumbling.
He was mumbling, but he was saying like the last words. In
that's what it sounded like.
Spanglinese.
Good job.
Know? Yeah.
And then he was making fun of the Chinese people. Remember when he's like, I was like, this would not fly today. Did you notice that in the museum? He's like, ching, chong.
Or would it? I feel like some things have come back that they shouldn't have.
It came out of nowhere.
So crazy.
So all that stuff, like he's been programmed with martial arts, with like whatever. I don't even remember where I was going with this. Anyway, I'm sure it'll come back to me. Meanwhile, John Spartan is like, so I'm a seamstress.
I'm a seamstress now. I'm seamstress. So crazy.
So they gave him the ability to do all this stuff and then thaw him.
Yeah.
And now the only person that can stop him is John Spartan, because all the other police, they're like, what'd she say? We're police officers. We're not trained to handle this kind of violence.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, yeah, they're in such utopia. You have Lenina Huxley, who is kind of enamored with the 90s. And that society and how that was. Like,
the 20th century.
The 20th century.
Chief Earl says, your fascination with the vulgar 20th century seems to be affecting your better judgment.
Yeah, Elizabeth was like, yeah, we are pretty vulgar.
Well, definitely compared to this. And she goes into her office and swears. That's the first time you see the thing.
Yeah. And so he gets loose. The movie for the bad guy who let loose Simon Phoenix, it backfires on that person, because Simon Phoenix cannot be controlled. He's a maniac. Mm-hmm. And you've just given him a little more powers, and he's going to go even more haywire. And so the only way to stop him is to bring another person that's
Simon
used to that.
Phoenix is an old-fashioned criminal. We need an old-fashioned cop.
Yep. And so here comes Sylvester Stallone doing his thing, only he can do.
He's a parody of himself, which he does great.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. And he's basically kind of, it's funny because he comes to this and he's like, all right, so fascism is one.
Yeah.
In that time period, that's what fascism looked like in their time. And I love that they put Dennis Leary. So Dennis Leary is in this movie, and I love that they chose specifically Dennis Leary because he is such a like unabashed, vulgar. I'm an American to a fault type of person.
Yeah, give me those germs and let me smother them all over my face.
Yeah,
kind of
I want to run around naked with green Jello all over my body if I feel like it. It's like, okay,
I want to eat a big greasy burger,
or a rat burger.
Rat burger, yeah, rata.
Rata. That lady looked super familiar to me, like she's in something else. I might have to look that up. But
I don't know. But that was the other thing about this movie that
Jack Black's in this movie, guys.
There's so many people in it. Yeah, Jack Black is in this movie for nothing. He's just like an off character.
He's a goon in the background. Yeah.
Also, the other cop who's Huxley's partner.
Yes, is he in like Law and Order or something like that?
He's in Law and Order, and he's the new Bail Organa in Andor.
Oh, that's right.
Because I'm looking at
him. What a great career for that guy.
First of all, what's up with his nose in this movie? I mean, not to be mean, but is that a fake nose on him, or has he had facial surgery?
I don't know. That's a good question. I didn't notice his nose.
Let us know in the comments. I don't care that much. But because I was like, I think I recognize this guy's voice, and I had to look him up.
Yeah.
As you do.
But I had a lot of fun with this movie and just picking all those things, all the funny little like things that are different. I mean, Lenina says something like, she keeps saying stuff. I do this a lot too, just because I don't know a lot of sayings sometimes. And Elizabeth's always like, no, it doesn't go that way. It's this. But she was taking it to a whole new level. She's like, John Phoenix has finally met his meat or whatever.
Matched his meat.
And, you really licked this.
Man. No, yeah.
He said, met his match and kicked. Kicked. She's like, okay, I'm sorry. Or like, let's go. We got to go blow this guy. And he's like,
oh my God.
Blow him away. Blow him away, Lenina. Come on.
Okay.
And that stuff, I was just like, yo.
Hear me out, though. I think that's what makes this movie work, even though it's R-rated, for the mind of a younger audience.
Yeah.
Because
she's so innocent.
Yeah, that's it. You come in with this innocence, and so the things that are, you maybe get some of the jokes, some of them you don't. It puts you kind of in that character almost, which is crazy. And it's so much more impactful that these guys would come and be so violent. Like when Phoenix first gets out, and he just starts beating the guys up, the parole guy, and then and you see the eyeball scan, and then I remember being shocked by that visceral as a kid. So I just think it plays on that kind of tension, and it really works.
I think for adults at the time, you get that, but at the same time, you're like, that, for sure, that's what criminals do. Like, why are you guys surprised? And then now seeing it back again and kind of having some like nuance with like having kids and stuff like that, you're like, oh, I get it. Yeah. It's really funny. But,
I was going to ask you if you would survive in San Angeles of 2032.
Would I?
Or if you would end up being arrested, because I think you'd do okay with the morality statute. You're not going to be swearing all the time. Every once in a while.
Yeah.
Insults or aggressive speech, probably fine. Alcohol is banned. Coffee and caffeine is banned.
Spicy food, no. I wouldn't.
Meat is banned. No, any animal products, banned.
Wouldn't be able to do that.
Spicy food and salt.
And salt. Oh, yeah.
Efren was like, salt.
Yeah.
Yep. Like no salt, no sugar,
Which
no
is
spices.
Funny because, my wife analyzes things and she's just like, that doesn't make any sense because you would die if you had no sodium in your diet. There's sodium probably in that food. If there isn't, it's probably really disgusting. So, it doesn't make any sense.
No physical touching.
Yep.
No natural reproduction. There's that whole scene again where as a kid I'm like, this is on the line.
That's where I feel like they were really like, they weren't really stabbing at, like in our world today, we want to really just kind of like the divide between, I don't know, secularism, conservative, or whatever you want to call it, left and right. They really keep it right down the middle, insulting both. Because I like how she was like, well, abortion's illegal, but then again,
you can't have a baby without a license. You can't have pregency without a license.
So it's like, yo, it's all just ridiculous, and like it really kind of goes to show, like, yes, freedom and something in the middle is always like that's just what's going to happen if you just live life freely, Like, stop trying to control everything, because you're going to get to this place of just like, you're going to have the people that dwell underground and the have-nots and haves. And so just stop, people. Just stop. Anyway, so it's funny.
Just turn on the radio and listen to some oldies.
Oh my gosh. The jingles.
Hot dog. I'm a hot dog.
Oh my gosh.
Barry Manilow is making just so much money retroactively. And wasn't he the guy that wrote all the jingles?
So, yeah. Well, I think I would have probably been a sewer dweller for sure. They had that like, what is it? That GT, whatever that car.
Oh, the car. Yeah. Okay, but I would have lived above ground. Maybe some things I wouldn't have liked.
See, I would have been stealing from you.
It was so clean. Everything was so clean. I love it.
Well, that's a problem. I feel like I have a problem with that. You could be, you could go against the grain, but not have to be dirty. Well, you could rebel and not be filthy.
I don't know. And I have a hard time imagining really what the end of this movie, what would happen after this.
It would just look like today.
It's one, I guess, because it's one thing to blast into the future, right? and it's funny because the police can't do anything, right? They try to arrest Phoenix and they have a computer telling them, like, tell him to get on the ground and he's not listening.
Or else.
Or else, yeah.
The music. Did you like the music for Simon Phoenix?
Except he also had a bunch of sound effects too. It'd be like he'd hit somebody and be like, "Bam, woo!"
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I don't know that I remembered it that much. But so when you get to the end of this movie, and good triumphs over evil, if you can consider somebody good in this movie, but the underground people come out, and then what?
You have to assimilate to society.
I think society would collapse. If you just try and I don't know. Maybe this is a metaphor for where we are right now.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
How do you find a path forward? Maybe we should put Dennis Leary and Sylvester Stallone on the campaign trail and just have them talk it out.
Remember, they talk about freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger being the president of the United States. Oh yeah, but we had a 69th Amendment to make him president.
No, yeah,
or something like that. And he's like, he's president. Oh, forget it. I don't want to. And then he becomes governor.
Yeah, I know. I was
because
like,
it's funny. It's funnier because you know that these guys have like a competition type of feud in movies.
Meta, yeah,
it's very meta.
That was great.
That they put that in there, and I thought that was awesome because he does become governor.
I like that. Yeah, it was well done. Who's the guy the guy that's responsible for this?
They called that, man. Jeez.
And not only that, I do think that the dialogue was so great in this movie. Like you get their futuristic talk and stuff, which is so funny. And Rob Schneider, when he first comes in and he says salutations or whatever, he's the automated voice. So he's like, "Thank you for calling the San Angeles Police Department. Blah, blah, blah. Would you prefer an automated?" You're like, "You sound automated."
Yeah, that's right. Would you prefer? Which is funny because like that's totally opposite of today. Everybody wants to speak to a real person, and it's all automated. And in that world, you can just go to an automated if you want. You automatically get a real person.
I'm telling you, this works for me on multiple levels because back then it was looking at the future and now you're in the future looking at the alternate future going, you're not that far off on some of this stuff or we are the other way now.
I would love to see the car turn into a cannoli though in a car crash. He's like, I thought you were done for it, John Spartan. I did too, but then the car turned into cannoli.
Yeah, that was mysterious. How that even works, or how you breathe in there, we couldn't figure that out.
Styrofoam. If you were surrounded by styrofoam, you could still breathe.
Yeah,
I think. Well, liquid styrofoam wouldn't it just get all up in your nose and stuff?
Okay, how do you theorize that the seashells work in the bathroom?
Oh, that's always what I wanted to know.
Somebody just threw that in there so we could still be talking about it today because nobody knows.
Great job. Well, I saw a video of Sylvester Stallone answering this question.
Oh, you did?
He said, imagine how you use chopsticks. And then let your imagination go from there.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, exactly.
But to clean, you don't use chopsticks to clean stuff. You use it to pick stuff up.
I guess that's what the seashells are for.
He's just saying there's some complicated way that's not complicated if you're trained to use it.
I guess.
Imagine trying to teach a kid.
3?
It's hard enough to potty train a child.
But why 3? Because I feel like sometimes I need I don't know, numerous amounts of toilet paper.
Yeah, but they're not disposable.
I guess you have to just. Do you get up and go to the sink to wash them, or do you just?
I think it's some form of a bidet. It's something that's reusable. My only question is,
I think the United States should adopt bidets. I don't know why we haven't. I think everyone who doesn't use a bidet is barbaric. I've said it on the podcast.
There's that great SNL
They're
skit.
great, guys.
Did we talk about that with Zach Galifianakis, where he's they're in a house, looking at a house, and the guy's the landlord or the the real estate agent is trying to sell them on the house and this and that, and then he keeps going back and asking questions about the bidet. He's like, "But the bidet." So he's a put up and watch it. It was pretty funny, at least in my memory.
I remember talking to Pastor Rod and being like, "Hey, Rod, can we budget for bidets at the church? It'd be awesome."
I don't think that would.
He travels enough. When I went to overseas with him, there's bidets everywhere. Every bathroom, Europe does it.
And even in that context, I imagine if you walk in and you're not familiar, you'd be pretty confused.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't understand why then because they're all making fun of him. Oh, he doesn't know how to use and they all call it 3 seashells. So it's not just he saw it and thought they look like seashells. Like they all think they're seashells. But when Rob Schneider's like, he doesn't know how to use the 3. Oh, I could see how that could be confusing.
Yeah. Because he stares at him like, oh, that guy can kill me.
One of the characters that I like the most in this movie is Associate Bob. So like the patsy for the guy who you find out is actually the bad guy, but he's really in charge of this whole dystopian utopian future.
Dude, yeah.
Greetings and salutations. I am Associate Bob.
Bob.
And who's the guy that he works for that's like the chancellor or whatever?
Mr. Kato.
When he's done talking to all the computer monitors, and he tells Associate Bob, he's like, be well then, Bob.
Yeah, be well then
Bob
for me.
Turns them off.
And it says be well on the screens. I don't know if you can catch that right. Basically, that's the message to say goodbye to everybody is just be well.
Be well. And he says, when he meets Simon Phoenix, I wrote this down. We met before, ever so briefly. I was groveling in fear at the time.
Stupid.
And the best part that we all noticed what happened, and I rewound it just to see it again, was when he knocks him out, or he faints. Simon Phoenix does something crazy and Bob faints, and you see it pans out, and he's wearing socks with flip-flops under his robe.
Is it when he shoots Kato in the head? When he kills him?
Yeah, probably.
And he throws him into the fireplace. That was crazy.
No, yeah.
I love how they go in the museum and they start fighting in old LA.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that kind of looks like LA today.
Well, not now.
Not really.
But like then in the 90s.
Back then in the 90s, yeah. So funny. I thought that was pretty funny.
I remember the first time I ever went to LA when I was in school. I was probably in junior high at the time, and we went to Hollywood. It was part of like a school trip. And, in your head, you're like, Hollywood, movies, And then back then, the thing that sticks out in my mind is going into a McDonald's. This might have been with my family. I can't recall. And it being so dirty and dingy in the place where we were, and walking into the McDonald's and somebody stole a hamburger while we were there and was getting like called out by the staff. I was like, hey, you can't steal that. I'm like, I'm watching a criminal in action right now. Like that was my real experience. So I see how we would get to this.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean, I think, okay. So we also have to talk about the virtual reality scene. That's what I'm going to call it.
Do we have to talk about it? There's a couple of scandalous things in here for the kids particularly, and that was one that I'm like, I don't feel comfortable watching this. We're just going to skip through.
I remember it watching this movie. I remember this portion of it, but the images, I don't know if it's because of like OLED TVs and 4K and just the whatever, but like the images were a lot clearer in like watching this back. And I'm like, whoa, like I didn't know. I thought it was just like faces and breaths and but there actually is like
say breaths.
Okay. In it, but they actually do. I don't know if it's Sandra Bullock. It must not be, but they do show some frontal.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't. Yeah, we were skipping through.
But they also have like this stupid rain. I don't know why they put it in there when he's in his apartment by himself about to crochet. And
where'd that come from? I was like, sorry guys, I missed that one. I forgot it was in the movie.
I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, wrong number. Oh,
like I was telling you, we were watching this movie with Ezra.
Oh, he was in there at the time?
Well, before it. Oh. Because like, so we're watching this at night, guys. We're watching this at night. And
when all bad things happen.
Yeah, when the kids are asleep and then Ezra comes downstairs because he couldn't sleep. He just had dental surgery. So he's, whatever, And it was like right before the Taco Bell scene, all that kind of stuff, right? Because they talk about the spicy foods and then Taco Bell. And then before all of the everything else, after the Taco Bell scene, I was like, hey, sweetheart, we should probably put him back to bed because like I can't, like, I'm muting everything because I'm one, like when we say there's a lot of cussing in this, I probably just kept hitting the mute button like maybe every 30 seconds.
Wait, but how did you even know it was coming? It's so like just happening on every line.
Well, because I kind of remember, and it's like,
yeah, I don't remember it that well.
And the way they're talking, like the response, I'm like, yeah, he's gonna cuss here, and then I see the mouth, I'm like, yep, he did, and then, you know what I mean? So it's just really hard, and I'm like, yeah, hey, go fetch me a banana. Hey, that whatever, go get that or whatever, and then it was like, okay, stop. Hey, let's go. Are you sleepy yet? Let's go put you to bed because I cannot continue to watch this until you're gone. No. And yeah, and that was one that I forgot about too. Mm-hmm. When he's reading the wool. What is it? Or the
yarn.
The yarn. He's reading the yarn and he gets so I'm watching with Elizabeth, and you can hear the phone ring in the movie, and the little screen when you're looking at the yarn shows you first what's about to be on the big screen.
I didn't catch that.
And I don't know how I did it, but I paused it right there, and I'm like, and you could see it little. I was like,
better than big, I guess.
I was like, sweetheart, do you see that? And she's like, what? I'm like, okay, well, that's about to be like really big, so I'm just gonna hit forward like 2 times. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah. It's like, why is that even in there?
I don't know. Just to give it an R, a little R bump.
It's stupid. It's just like, what? Does that, like, I guess that's one of those things that, does that happen to people today? Because we do have FaceTime calls. Does anybody ever call somebody on a FaceTime
it's gotta happen.
by accident?
Well,
I've never called anybody by accident on a FaceTime call.
I assume because he was just unfrozen that he was put in some place that somebody else used to live.
Well, sure. But is that how nobody does? We don't have FaceTime calls. Well, I guess we don't have FaceTime calls like in your home. That's one thing that they got wrong. Nobody has home phones anymore.
No, you're getting closer. You can FaceTime on the TV now.
Yeah, but I don't ever do that.
No, me either.
I'm not doing that.
I tried it out the first time it was available. That was like 2 years ago.
But the call came in without him having to accept it.
No, just pop right in.
Just popped right
Boom.
in. That wouldn't be
like getting
a
a
thing.
fax.
I guess it would be if you drop in with, like, if you have an Alexa, you can drop into the kids' room or drop into the basement.
We don't do that.
Or like, I don't know if the equivalent with Apple, if Apple has that or not,
No.
or Google.
No, because privacy.
Well, yeah, exactly. Is there privacy not in this Utopia? Jeez.
Well, they don't need to be because, I don't know.
And her apartment, Lenina's apartment, was all like
90s stuff.
Paraphernalia. It was pretty crazy.
What
she had
about
a
the
jukebox in there?
little seating area though in the middle? Like the whole thing was weird. It seems uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's very clean but uncomfortable.
The way he describes it is like, I thought we were gonna do it, and she's like, we are, and he's like, no, that's not what you. She's like, what do you call it? I don't know, the hugga chugga or
The
something
hunka
like that.
chunka, get
Hunka
nasty.
chunka.
Yeah.
That one was the one that got me, the hunka chunka. I was like, who says that?
So yeah, but they start to develop this kind of rapport with each other, and by the end of the movie, who knows where they are. But she was already kind of enamored with the 90s, so he kind of pops into her life, and you're like, oh, they're cute, and maybe they'll get together. What do you
Which
think?
at the end they kind of do, right?
Yeah. What do you think about the resolution of the final battle between Spartan and Phoenix?
I think it was rushed. I mean,
You mean how fast the head came off of his body?
yeah. I mean, it was really fast. And okay, so it was a call. I understand it was a callback to the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do remember, he has a gasoline all over the floor, and he lights it on fire with a cigarette
At the beginning.
At the beginning, so he kind of does the same thing. There's water all over the floor. He's standing there, and he drops the blue.
He electrocutes him with the baton.
Well, that was in the museum. He electrocutes him with the baton, and he falls onto the car, and he's like, "Ooh."
Is it a taser?
Was it the taser?
What does he drop into it at the end?
He drops in the blue ball.
To freeze him.
To freeze him.
Okay, I'm on. Yeah, I was thinking about something else. Yep.
So he kind of does the same thing he did to him, and he's actually got away with it twice, which Simon Phoenix doesn't learn about. Hey, get out of the water, bro. So he freezes him at the end. What does he say?
I don't remember.
Does he say chill? No, that was
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Batman.
Chill out.
Chill.
Chill. I think that's why Arnold probably did it. Hey, Sylvester Stallone did this movie and he froze some dude.
Can I freeze him even harder?
Yeah. Freeze him even harder. Chill. Dude. Oh, gosh.
You'll have to watch that.
So I say this movie totally stands up, guys.
This is going to be our thing at the end of every movie, is just sarcastically responding the opposite of, we enjoyed it. Yeah. We had a good time watching it. It was funny. And honestly, I was updating Amanda because she's never seen it. And she had taken the two littles and they were out. And I was like, honestly, outside of the excessive language, you'd really actually kind of like this movie. Because we watch other action movies that are like, we watched Gladiator 2 or something, and that, you might not be into it. But this, if you're not into an action movie, you could still appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock is in this.
Yeah, that's true. And she did a great job. And she was in it by accident or something like that. I mean, she wasn't supposed to play it. They wasn't supposed to play in this movie. And
really?
Got it somehow. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. And that cop from Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Whatever he is.
So in the beginning, remember when the old cop, is like, "Is that John Spartan?" And he's like, "What are you doing? Oh my gosh!" He's like, "Yeah, I got old." He calls him a rookie pilot. Mm-hmm. Was he the pilot in the beginning?
I looked him up because I was looking up for one of the lines that he said or something, and it had a younger version of him.
Wow.
So I didn't recognize it. I have to go back and watch, but I'm assuming he was a helicopter pilot.
That's cool.
But he's the guy, he plays Del Paxton in That Thing You Do.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, that's funny.
I think he's also in like Night at the Museum or something because I can see him as a security guard in my head.
Yep, we watched those. The kids love those movies.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was going to say, I think the movie for sure is watchable, is worth watching again. I think some of the parts, I guess, they could take out. I think the unnecessary nudity.
Yeah, I didn't see a point.
You could take that out. You could take
the phone call. Like
the phone call. Yeah, the phone call.
The intimacy scene, I kind of get.
The fact that they still thought there would be discs in the future. Video discs. Oh, gosh, that's so funny. And then, the whole scene with Sandra Bullock in her apartment, I think you could totally skip that. I think we get in the movie that there is this, like, attraction between the two of them. You know, romantic thing that is pretty sweet. Mm-hmm. You could take all of that out and not skip a beat. But it would make the movie a little bit shorter too. But that's it. I think those are the two things that I don't think were necessarily there. I think they were trying to, appease some of the
it just had to be in
the
there.
demographic of the time of like guys watching an action movie, maybe.
I guess.
Yeah.
Because I at least feel like the swearing sort of paid off. Like when he needs toilet paper and he goes to the thing and he just starts like mumbling swear words at the thing. Like that
he gives him a bunch of paper and he's
funny.
Like, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. And so.
Yeah. So it depends on who you're recommending this to, but it was fun to rewatch. You know, there's a reason I've had it saved in my Apple library for 15, 20 years or whatever.
Do you think for the ladies demographic, do you think Sandra Bullock was enough of a pull? She did a great. I think she was awesome in this movie.
I'm not going to bill this as a Sandra Bullock movie. It's not Miss Congeniality. Hey, actually, isn't the other police officer in Miss Congeniality?
Yeah, he's a police officer with her in Miss Congeniality. So I think
typecast.
Yeah, that or it's in a completely different universe.
Yeah, reunion. The universe where it's 8:05 p.m. and not a.m.
Yeah,
insanity. So I had a good time. I think there is a larger female demographic that will like this movie versus what was the Van Damme movie you were talking about last week? Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. Universal Soldier.
Yeah, no. You're not getting any of the women in my house to watch that. But this is like, this is,
Exactly, yeah. No, I think, man, it definitely has some nostalgia, but I think for anybody that lived through the 90s, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
The early 2000s, definitely go watch this movie. I think you'd enjoy it. And does it hold up? I think it holds up as a pretty funny movie.
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah. You think
it's not like something worked then and doesn't work now. The things that you like rolled your eyes at then, you roll your eyes at now, and vice versa. And the things that work.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some little like line drops, like the idea of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Stallone or some of that stuff that you need a little more context. But I think you could just jump in and really appreciate it.
And I think in today's world, if you replaced Taco Bell with any other restaurant, it would make sense to you. Like that, it's meant to be a funny thing.
Yeah.
Not a real thing that could happen.
Yeah, nobody was taking that seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody, let us know what you think. You can do that right now. If you're on Spotify, you can scroll to that poll. It's right down below the episode.
Yeah, you can.
Or you can let us know in the comments and wherever you are if you want to just give us a little thumbs up or a 5-star review.
Yeah, that'll help.
That's the best way to tell us whether or not you love Demolition Man.
Yeah, and share.
With 5 stars. Listen, I don't have a closing the loop segment today because we closed every single possible loop last week, unless we just created one right now.
Maybe.
But we're approaching the Halloween season, which means you're about to scare me with a scary movie, and then I'm about to give you one of my quote-unquote scary movies that's not scary at all.
Nice.
We're going to watch that together, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
But next week's going to be all fun and games.
Yes, it will be.
I think. I don't actually know what we're doing, so hopefully it's fun and spooky because we're counting on that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I guess in the words of Simon Phoenix, or maybe he never said this, but keep it funky.
He
didn't say that.
Until next time, friends, be well and experience abundant joy feelings.
Yes. Joy feelings.
See you next time, guys.
Goodbye, Mr. Kato.